Welcome once again to my YouTube channel, Pearson and Excel International Maths by Mr. Kamotho. And today I continue to explain IGCSE. Of course, we are in a topic that is called Numbers 7, and we'll be looking at recurring decimals. And now that we have explained example 1, and I want now to go to example 2 on page 104 of book 2, students book 2 at Excel International IGCSE 9-1 Mathematics A, book 2. And that's where we are. I want us to explain or understand example 2. And in this example, we are told to change 0.79, both of them recurring, to a fraction. And of course, we have understood from the previous video that this must be x now, which is 0.797979. And all we need to do is to continue now multiplying out with multiples of 10. When we multiply with multiples of 10, we have 10x, which is obviously 7.979797. And there is nothing to compare, there is nothing similar after the decimal point. So we need to get to the next level, which is 100x. And when we say 100x, we are multiplying the original x with 100 or by 100, which is going to be 79.797979. And there we are. If you critically scrutinize that part, is very identical with that part. And we have now two numbers which are identical after the decimal point. And that is what we are talking about. So we take 100x minus x, and this is the same as saying 79.79 minus 0.79. And the reason why we need to get two numbers identical after the decimal point is so that we can secure a whole number after subtraction. So now that we know that, we may not even want to bring any part of the decimal point on board, but for practicability, it is important that we understand exactly what is happening. This is 99x, which is equivalent to 79. And if you want to make x the subject of the formula, x is simply 79 over 99. You can simplify further if you can, but if you cannot, then you may leave your answer that way. And in the same video, I want us to explain example 3. Let's talk about example 3 and see what's happening. Change 0.123, and that range recur to a fraction. And definitely we now take x to be 0.123123, because when the dot is upon 1 and 3, it means the whole range is recurring. Once you get used to this, you will realize that even if you multiply this by 10 to give you 10x, it might not help you because you'll be getting 1.23, which is not identical to this. If you multiply this one by 100x, you'll still get 12.3, which is not identical to this. But if you multiply this one by 1000, so you have 1000x, you are going to get 123.123123, and then that part is just identical with this. So definitely, if you have 1000x minus x, which is equivalent to 123 minus 0, you can realize that you realize that I have ignored everything after the decimal point, because eventually they should actually giving us 0, and our intention was to get a whole number. So 999x is equivalent to 123, and therefore x is 123 over 999. You can now simplify this by dividing everything by 3 to give us 41 over 3, 3, 3. And that is just like it as far as example 3 is concerned. But in the same video, let me just explain example 4, which is a bit different from the others. And please, big team, take care of this. I want to talk about example 4, which we are told to change 0.345, and the dot is upon 45 to a fraction, And ladies and gentlemen, now here x is 0.34545. You realize that only 4 and 5 recur. If you multiply this one by 10x, you're going to have 3.4545. If you multiply by 100x, you're going to have 34.54545. If you multiply, there is nothing identical so far, because the first one was 34545. The second one was 4545. The third one was 54545. There is nothing identical, so we need to go to 1000x, which gives us 345.4545. And there you are. This part is quite identical with this part. And having realized that, now we have a new dispensation, something that we are not used to. So we are going to take that, subtract that, 1000x minus 10x, which is the same as saying 345.4545 minus 3.4545 in the name of 10x, and then you have 990x to be equals to 345 minus 3, which is simply 342. And if you attempt to make x the subject of the formula, you realize that x is equal to 342 everything over 990. If you simplify this further, you will attain 19 out of 55. You need to write the answer in simplest form possible, and there you are. Please note, this one has been a special one, and of course take care of all the others that way. And that is the end of example 4. Again, get to my YouTube channel, subscribe and share widely, so that we can walk together this journey of understanding mathematics. All right?